Okay. Staying alive. And there's somebody, Andromeda. Beautiful person that you are. I looked at your channel. Can you hear me? Let me see if this is up. Whoa. Shoot. There. How's that? Is that good? Is that good there? Can you hear? Okay. Hey, TB. How's things down south? Where do you live, Andromeda? Is it okay to say where you live, TB? I don't want to dox anybody that doesn't want me to. Thank you. All right. Yeah, you got it, girl. Well, I'm about ready to do this. Heating my thing to warm up. Okay, yeah, I'll just say Texas. That's a pretty big state, so I don't think anybody's going to be finding you there. Thanks, Andrew, for being respectful. Can you actually do telepathy? I'm trying to practice that and see if people, I've been practicing it with my friend Ariel. I bet you would like him. TB knows him. Maybe Andromeda could get a reading from him. Maybe he'll come on. Yeah, that must be nice. Where are you? Are you in Florida then? It's got to be Florida then, right? That's where my friend Ariel is. He might be coming on, I hope. Uh-oh. What's happening? This is dying. Oh no, my thing's dying. Oh, I hope my daughter finds me another one. This one is not working. It's dying. It's losing the heat already. Bummer. Not salty water. So you're surrounded by lakes, but you're in the United States. Oh, you did check out his channel? Do you have a boyfriend? I was wondering if he might like you because you're so beautiful. Oh, okay. You're up in Michigan? Michigan? Or I think that's surrounded by water. I can't think of what other ones. Yes, okay. So I'm just guessing. I used to go there to Michigan, to not Flint, but around the Detroit area. I can't even remember all the names. Wayne, Michigan, are you near there? And Ypsilanti, that's a crazy town. With all the freaks there in Ypsilanti. Yes, what? Michigan, yes, right? Am I guessing right? Should open the window. Let me open the light up a little bit. I don't know if that's better or not. I'm going to try to get Ariel to come on. See if I can. Okay, I just sent Ariel a message to see if he'll come on. Hey, Fid. How you doing? You best be eating that fruit. This ain't cooking. Oh, bummer. I don't know what's happening. But it ain't working. Hope my daughter gets me a new one. So, okay. So how is everybody today? Ah, pizza at Costco. I don't even eat out anywhere at all now. Nowhere. I won't eat. Like, I want to know what be in charge of the food I put in me, and most people don't even know what's good for their own self. So why would they care about other people, especially when they're just trying to make money off of what they sell? They're going to use the cheapest ingredients, and I don't even buy the cheapest ingredients for my own self. Yes, I do drink raw cream, but I can't get it anymore. I drink raw milk. Um, I don't count calories at all. And I had to quit eating even more things now. I'm finding out that are causing these, activating, making the cuts worse. I had to eliminate all beans, legumes. That means peanuts and cashews too. And I was eating cashews. I was roasting them and salting and putting cracked pepper, and they were so good. And now I can't eat them at all. And I can't have any nightshade. That means no potatoes. That was like my biggest craving I had, was for baked potatoes with sour cream on it, and I can't have that anymore. Boo! And the other thing I can't have either is cayenne. No kind of peppers. No green pepper, bell pepper, hot peppers, even paprika, which is mild pepper. No peppers at all. So when I was doing that cayenne every day, so I can't do that anymore. Well, right now it's just been cow milk. That's all I can get raw right now. I would do goat milk, but I can't find it. The soaked cashews I don't think I can do, because they are high in lectins. That's the big thing I'm looking at right now. Is all foods have lectins in it, but some have higher degrees of it. So the ones, like I just named off a few. So there's the nightshade and the lectins, and the lectins are high in the nightshade family. So the other thing in the nightshades is tomatoes. So that eliminates a lot of things, like pizza is tomatoes, and chili has tomatoes and beans in it. And the other, what was the other big thing? I can't have the ragweed either, like chamomile. I don't know if I know that to heat things reduces the lectins, but I don't know about soaking them. And the other thing I can't have, which I just started to sprout, was mung beans. And then I got them all prepared and hanging up and rinsing them every day. And then I find out I can't have mung beans either. So no kind of beans. Oh, and the other big thing is coffee. Even though coffee bean is more of a legume, I think, I just can't have coffee. So that's coffee, potatoes. Oh, and wheat. Wheat. No more wheat. I eliminated all grains. I quit years ago cereals, rice, pasta, all that. And then recently I just I allowed myself to still have sourdough bread, but that's wheat and I can't have that. So I'll probably start losing weight again. I've already lost a couple of pounds. Yeah, the bromelain from pineapple is an enzyme that helps a digestive enzyme, like papin is from papaya. Yeah, I used to make my own sourdough rye, but I can't have any kind of grain at all. Is my voice off? It seems like there's a delay or something. Like it's behind or whatever. It doesn't seem to be lining up. You bought a box of face masks. Why would you do that? Did you read on the box that they say they don't do anything? They cannot make any kind of medical claim. Read the box. It tells you can't. It does nothing. It does nothing to protect your health. It states that right on the box. If they're, I don't know if there's any good companies out there now. So who knows? You seem to know a lot about health stuff, Andromeda. I did get some sour cherries, but I don't think I'm supposed to have them either. I don't know. I have to check that out more now too. But I did get some. Yeah, I quit eating watermelon when they kind of when they started taking the seeds out of it and GMOing it or whatever they're doing. Yeah, I have bentonite clay, but I do other things too that like I've been using like salt in bicarbonate of soda, and there's like a mix. I don't know where it is. Let me show it to you. So you have I got a couple bags of a mix that I make, and then I put this on. I've actually been bathing in distilled water and rinsing my hair. Starting to get a little better. It was getting a buildup of lime scale. The water here is really bad, so I've been distilling it, and it's making my hair is a lot better since I started distilling the water. Where do you get emu oil? Hey, Pirate Pete, you're a circle jerk. Frankincense essential oil. Oh, you have calendula hydrosol? I have hydrosol, but I have orange that I keep in the refrigerator. It's neroli, actually. I love neroli. And then I have helichrysum, which doesn't smell good, but I spray it on places where I want it to disperse lightly. And then I put oil over top of it. I did a bunch of oil that I have another. I keep it in a spray bottle, and then I keep my whole body oiled as much as possible. What about the sebaceous glands? What about them? Every morning when I make my lemon drink, I've been the last few days, instead of, because I can't use the cayenne, I've been using mulling spices that people use for wine or cider, and let them soak in there for a little bit. It's got orange peel in it, clove, star anise, big, star. It looks like a spider floating in my lemonade. And then I put a little bit of honey, raw honey, and maple syrup. But I can't have cayenne in it anymore. You're drinking a cup of prune juice. Oh, good. That'll get you going. Calendula cream. Oh, it's got calendula in the cream. Yeah, look at my boo-boos getting better. See? From here to here. That's just like the scar now. It's pretty much the scab is all gone, but it's still kind of red. So I think it's going to scar a little bit for a while. Then it'll probably turn more white. But at least it's not real conspicuous. At least it's not across my face like the rest of these other cuts. Yeah, I fell. I fell like really hard. I like twisted my left ankle, and I started falling, like I felt like in slow motion. I could see myself, and I like twisted so many ways trying to hold myself up that I ended up hitting this arm and that side and this hip, and I hit 6 different spots on my body, 2 on one side and 4 on my right side. The 2 on my left side were the worst, my wrist and my ankle, which still hurts. It's hard for me to lift things, and it's still hard for me to walk or dance or exercise or anything on that. What do you do with the spiders? Yes, I do Reiki. Yeah, I wiped out pretty bad, and I'm still at effect by it, even though it's been, I don't know, a week and a half, about a week or more, however long it happened. Yeah, it'll be a while, I guess. It's like really kind of, I thought it was gonna be less, but it's not infected, and it's healing very well. You can see it's not. People were saying, "Oh, it's all infected," and it wasn't infected at all ever. But it's healing now. It itches a little bit because it's drawing still, and I just probably got off the last little bit of the scab came off, and it's pretty much gone. But it still itches from histamine release, I guess. Yeah, I do self massage wherever. The one place I really need to do it is in my jaw. My jaw really tight. I've had TMJ like my whole life, pretty much. And so when I get stressed, my jaw tends to tighten up. But there's also points you can go inside and do, but it hurts really bad in there. Yeah, I'm pretty pale. I'm really white. You should see my friend in Africa. It's like I'm white as snow and he's like black as coal. We're like so totally on the spectrum opposite each other. But I love my Isana friend. He's in the Gambia, West Africa, trying to teach him and all his friends and brothers and sisters to not take that jab. Don't get that job. I'll call it a job so you know what I'm talking about, so I don't get taken down for saying the wrong words. We wouldn't want that now, would we? This doesn't seem like it's recording me very well. Is it doing okay, guys? Seems like it's like going slow or something. Dunk your face in the sink and fill it with hot. Why would I do that? This water here is so bad. And anyway, what's happening now is I have to leave. I can't afford to be here anymore. I only have like $300 and I can't stay here. I can't afford to be here. And not just the money, but also because the Wi-Fi is on 24/7 and I'm Wi-Fi sensitive and there appears to be a 5G installation right outside the place here, it's like about a block away, and I need to be at least a mile away from the nearest 5G tower. So it is coming up choppy for you guys too. You think I should shut it off and turn it back on again? So that means I'm going to be going. I'm right now. I'm sleeping outside in a tent, even though I'm paying for a room. And and then I don't know. I can't afford to pay anymore, so I'm just getting all my stuff out of here. It's going to take me a couple of days, I guess. And then I'm back into living in my car, and maybe I can find somewhere like out in the country um, where I can maybe put my tent up on somebody's backyard somewhere or something, give them like $10 a day or whatever. Yeah, I'm trying to send out my own, um, counter frequencies. I think one of the things we could do is maybe sing or hum or chant or whatever to raise our vibration to counter that. Somehow cancel out. The frequencies really are bad where I am. Should I start this over again? Will it come in better? I'm not coming back to California, dude. Are you kidding me? I left there and went to Canada back in 95. I just knew California's going down. Don't you see all the things happening there? The do weapons, not that Washington's so much better. I can't be here either, but I got to tell you what's happening with my passport, which is part of the problem why I'm stuck here. Okay, you're saying I'm okay. Well, it looks weird to me. It just seems like something's off, but whatever. Um, yeah, I know grounding is good, but it doesn't negate all of it. No, it does not. This is more severe than you realize. I'm in an area here that is like somebody I don't know if anybody knows of Brian, that actually discovered the nanotech and what it's doing to us, the nano poisoning. And he discovered that back in 2011 or 2012. But he's from this area. He knows right where I am. He's in Canada right now. He's like just east of Vancouver, BC. He's in BC. And he was telling me the things that are going on in this very area where I am. And I need to get out of here. Oh, who was it? I think it was you, Andromeda, talking about using a hair dryer to get negative ion. I don't think that's true. I think that's positive ions that thing throws out. Any kind of static electricity. Yeah, I was actually I walk outside, but there's a huge, I mean a really big holly tree, and it has those leaves that like curl up, and especially when they're off the tree and they get hard, it's like stepping on needles. Pins, it's like super sharp. So it's hard to walk around in the yard because of those leaves on the ground. Who's this person? Hide the. Oh boy, I ain't even gonna say it. uh, Ionic hardier. What is that? Ionic harder. What do you mean? Oh, it's a special kind of hair dryer. How could it throw out negative ions? Is what I want. I got this. Maybe somebody can help me. Does anyone know about it? Hey, Teddy Spaghetti. Okay, I got this. I just got this from Amazon. It comes in a box. No directions, no nothing in there. But this is supposed to be a negative ionizer, but I don't know how to hook it up. So there's one long red wire, like that's 12 inches long, like a foot. And then there's two shorter ones, like a ground wire and this, but I don't even know what to plug it into. Does anybody know how to deal with this? I can't believe they didn't put any instructions in the box. Yeah, I'm going to get my water too. You just reminded me. I do drink a lot of water. I drink probably close to a gallon a day. So if anybody wants to know, so you hook it up to a battery. What kind of a battery? Okay, so I want to tell you before I forget about the water. What you need to help as a guideline, because they tell everybody drink 8 glasses of water a day. Why would I need as much water as, say, a 400-pound guy? He's going to need at least twice, probably 3 times the amount of me. I only weigh 127. So, like, just say 126 and or 128 and divide that in half. You take your total pounds and divide it in half, and that's how many ounces a day. So if I was 128, that's 64 ounces. That is 1 gallon. That's 8-ounce glasses that they tell you to have. So if I need a gallon and I'm this thin, you see how thin I am. Wouldn't a guy that weighs 300 or so need twice as much as me, at least. If he weighs twice as much, that's like 2 people. What chart? Hi, Brianna. I don't know what charger for the computer you're talking about. And if you're talking to me. Okay, Andromeda, why don't you explain for us, for the class, how to use your own electromagnetic frequency, since you seem to promote that. You don't weigh 482. You need to drink 241 ounces of water then. So that's like 3 gallons of water, or 4 gallons. Well, because I weigh 128. I weigh 100. I weighed myself today. It's at 128.2. So I'm like with my clothes on. So I'm like 127 and a half or close to 128. I was like 103 for a long time. So if you weigh that much, you need to cut yourself in half and then move on from there. That's enough for like 3 people. That's about 3 of me. I know he's got to be messing around. Do I like cucumber? I like pickle juice. Actually, pickle juice is good for you because it's fermented. I can't have cucumbers now either, but maybe I could probably have pickles because they're fermented. And then I have my kombucha every morning. That's my first liquid I put in my body before water or anything. You could use vinegar too, but I make kombucha and I let it go to vinegar. It turns into vinegar. And then I have a couple ounces of that. I got to shut my door so I don't disturb the neighbor. Ah! Okay. There's another roomer here, so I have to try to be considerate of him. I tried to bring this outside to do it, but I could hardly lift it with my hand, and it doesn't reach to an outlet where I could plug it in. It would probably have died too soon. So, but in a couple days, it's going to be hard for me to find Wi-Fi. But I hope something happens soon that I can get, a small motorhome. Did Ariel come on? Ariel, are you here? Oh, clairvoyant amnesiac's here. I'm playing guitar, making all kinds of colors and frequencies. Okay, keep on playing. Do you have it on your channel? You playing your guitar? I have to read this. I can't. Oh, you want to see what my room is like? Yeah, I guess I could do that. I don't know if I can do it here. It's a mess because I'm trying to get it organized to get out of here. I'll try to turn the computer around. This is a heavy computer. Can you see? Wait. I can't lift up the whole computer because it's really heavy. That's the best I can do. Maybe if I shut that, but then now I'm in the dark. You can see behind me I have an infrared lamp. Bonington, the barracks bandits here. You want to tell us about borax? Tell the class about borax. Hey, Bibi, how you doing? I don't know who this person is. Are you a foot? You have a foot fetish or something? You want to see my feet? Look at these things I got on. Like it's almost like a booty type thing. I'll show my feet. This is the Lord's Prayer, Our Father, on a piece of copper, and it's the old one. It's not Mandela affected. It's got the forgive us our trespasses, not debts. It's the original Our Father, who art in heaven, as it is on earth. So I get a thumbs up for showing my foot. I have pretty nice feet as far as feet go. You hate your feet? Why? They take you everywhere you go. I don't drink soda pop at all. Let me see what you're saying. I will check out your music. So we're talking about brominated vegetable oil. What is that? I don't really do vegetable oil except olive oil and avocado oil. And even at that, I'm very particular where I get it. I only get olive oil from the Mediterranean. Like what I have right now is from Spain. I'd like to go to Portugal, really. I've been there before. I have friends there. Yeah, I don't know. I think that Mandela thing is it's it shows that like people's Bibles from 40 years ago are different. So there is some kind of technology that can change it, but I think just the way people are staying focused on it, it's just another diversion, distraction to keep people from looking at what's real and important. As long as they're focused on that nonsense. I think a lot of the gematria is like that too. People don't know how to really use gematria. The gematria people use them are like not like the Jewish gematria and stuff like that. That's way more advanced than what people are using, or they're making it up to fit their own mindset or their own agenda to like make all the numbers work, and then they're saying, oh, this adds up to that, and that's another distraction. The best olives in the world, allegedly, come from Africa, from the from a desert where they're striving to stay alive. They're fighting for survival, and because of that, they're producing like these great amounts of nutrients. And I haven't had them, and I don't know where you would even get them, but that's what my understanding is. That's if does anyone know about this? They're African, from Africa, the African desert olives. Yeah, I think pop is poison. What I have right now, I've only had one bottle. I bought a 4-pack of ginger ale, which it's there's very, very little sugar in it, and it's very lightly effervescent. It's not like super bubbly. It's just mild, and it's ginger. It's real ginger in there. So that's about as close as I get to any kind of soda. And I've only had one, and I've had it for, I don't know, I bought them a couple weeks ago. So today I did eat some bean soup that I made, but I can't have beans anymore. Now, I've been researching these lectins, and I know high lectins are not good in the nightshade family. And beans are high lectins, but they're saying that if you cook them, it reduces the lectins in it. So it will stop, but I just put so much energy into making all this soup. So I made bean soup and I made lentil soup, and I have to quit both of them. So I'm just eating them up right now because they're frozen, and I have to use up whatever I can to get out of here and to give the lady back her Tupperware stuff that I was freezing them in. So I'm putting things into smaller bottles and condensing everything down to try to fit it all in my car. So you're talking about the turpentine coming from Alabama tall pine? Yeah, I think that might be a kind of a psyop in itself. I'm not saying that turpentine is bad, and it is essential oil of pine, but I think they did put that out there as information, which is correct information, but then it makes people fight, saying, oh, you're crazy drinking turpentine. Go, I mean, they're making fun of, like, not that I'm defending Owen Benjamin, but he was talking about it, and I think he just talked about anything anybody threw out there, and he didn't understand everything he was even talking about, and he did it for like maybe a week, and that was it. But I talked about it on one of my videos back from like over a year ago, where I did a bong hack, and I used the turpentine in my water pipe in the bong, so that when you hit on it, you get the essence of the essential oil, and it keeps the bong clean. It never stuck anymore. All that black gunk that gets stuck in there doesn't attach to it. It keeps the bong clean. And then, like, months after I posted that, I got a strike on it. It was many months later. I got to see, I'm missing here. No, I never fermented my own ginger, but I'm going to start doing fermentation on things. I'm probably going to make my own sauerkraut. I don't know. Whatever I can make on my own, I'm going to do it. Is what safe? Oh, hi, Johnny. Arcade's here. My bean soup is really good, but I can't even eat it anymore. I'm going to have to learn all about fermentation. There's so many things I want to learn how to do, and that's one of them. And the other thing I want to learn how to do is eat mushrooms, because I don't like mushrooms. I don't like the texture, the slimy. Bleh. But I'm going to get used to it. Like, I eat a lot of onions. I'm always grilling, sauteing onions and garlic and stuff. So I'm just going to keep adding them into there, and then slip them into soups or wherever I can where I maybe won't notice it. Like before, I used to pick them all out, but now I'm going to start sneaking them in so I can get used to it. I also want to do like magic mushrooms and start microdosing on like psilocybin and stuff. But I don't have anywhere to get it from. So if anybody wants to send me some, it's Cat Rain at General Delivery, 701 Harrison Avenue, Blaine, Washington, 98230. It's a different address than Owens now. Used to be the same when we were in Sandpoint, but I'm not there anymore. Yeah, I was wondering about the linseed because I'm an artist, and linseed is used to clean paint your paintbrushes and stuff. And I have pure linseed, but I never even cracked it open to try it yet. Maybe I will. I only put for a bong, and there's like maybe 6 ounces of water. I probably just put in like maybe 2 or 3 drops. That's all. Also, I have this this is my what do you call it? Diffuser. Um, it's a vaporizer, and then you put the flour in there, and then I put like a drop of whatever kind of essential oil that I just feel inclined to use. Yeah, I clean. No, they're solvents are not bad to inhale. If you knew what, I think wasn't it you? No, it was Alan Powell put up a whole article he linked about the turpentine, and if he didn't even read the whole article himself, because if he had, he would not have commented the way he did. It starts off talking like that, but it keeps going on and going on. Then you can see how you can actually use it. I drank it from the can right in front of people, let alone inhale it. I drank it. I will drink. I might even have some right here, but yeah, the dehydrated mushrooms have a different texture. Yeah, I don't. The thing is, Teddy, about joining a club, like somebody was telling me, about this area where I am is like got all kind of mushrooms. Like it's in my backyard. They're just everywhere. The best, he said, the best in the world are right in my backyard. But I don't know how to identify them all. And I don't plan on staying here. I can't be in this area. It's just not healthy for me. I can't stay here. I have to leave. That's why I can't stay here. I got to move, get away from this area because it's affecting me too negatively. What kind of mushrooms did you grow? I don't have $200 to even invest. I don't have even $200 to stay in this room. So if I were, I don't think I'm ever going to be able to have my own place, like an apartment or a house. I lost my Section 8 um, right after I left to go to Sandpoint when I went to Idaho. While I was gone, I lost my Section 8. Got I couldn't stay in that place anyway because it was a trailer, and it was like only 2 years old, and I was literally getting microwaved in there. What? It's not legal. It's illegal to grow mushrooms, is what you're saying, Johnny? Well, I haven't done any mushrooms like magic mushrooms for many years, so I don't have any kind of tolerance to it. So I imagine it would affect me. Plus, I plan on doing microdosing, so I'm not out to go on some wild trip. This is about healing. Mushrooms can be healing. All these things, even, cannabis, I use it for healing. I used it to stimulate my appetite and also to help me relax and to help me go to sleep. Like last night, I haven't done it in a while because I built up a tolerance to that too. The RSO, Rick Simpson oil. And I took just a grain size little amount in a capsule, and I slept the best I've slept in a long time because I have not been sleeping. So I've been like sleep deprived, and so it felt so good to sleep, and it was like I woke up and I was so tired. It's like I could hardly function, and I have so much to do now because I have to organize everything to get out of here. It's not even worth it to go to try to reapply for a Section 8 because there is no housing you can even use it with. I had to live like below my my self-worth. I had to like settle for something because of the price, and they only give you a certain amount. Like they'll only give you like $1,000 to rent a place, but everything is $2,000. So why waste my time? And I'm not staying here. You have to stay in the area where that's issued in that county. I am not staying in Washington. I came back from Idaho to deal with my stuff in storage. My daughter has my stuff in storage and she's paying for it. It's here in Washington, in Blaine, where I'm at, and I have access to it, but I'm probably going to just drive away from it. And I have like thousands of dollars worth of stuff in there. I have collectibles and antiques. I have an antique washstand that is from 1871. That makes it 150 years old this year. So that's probably worth a lot, something. And it's just straight wood. It's really nice. Yeah, I'm open to miracles. I've had a couple miracles happen too. Just that I got my driver's license back was a miracle. Yeah, that seems like a lot. $200 just for a startup. Bonington's saying it's only like $20. I would think maybe $50 or $60 would be the most for a setup. I guess it depends on how extensive it is. And I don't think weed should be legalized. It should be decriminalized. That whole keep our focus on making it legal. It shouldn't even have been illegal in the first place. So I don't go by any bullshit rules. I do whatever I want and take my chances. No, I'm not going to heal anybody. They have to heal themselves, guys. I'm only a facilitator in helping people to heal. I can't heal them for them. I can help them to heal themselves. Yeah, I've been doing that. I've been visualizing myself in a small motorhome. How come I don't see Mersh on here? Lopez was on. Royce came on. Yeah, I want to have a healing center is what I visualized. Initially, that's what I had visualized for Owen's place, that it would kind of be a sort of a healing center with arts and stuff like that. I was talking to him about, building he was talking about a community center. I said, think bigger than that. build a symphony hall where they can have an orchestra and all the bears and whoever brings and plays, they're the musicians, and then have a big old stage where people can dance. Like me, I'm a dancer. I'm a trained dancer. I can't dance right now with my foot like this, but that's what my goal was, to set up something like that. And I talked to Owen about it, but he never would talk back to me and go anywhere with it. But I sure gave him a lot of ideas. I even talked about straw bale houses, like little straw bale structures instead of cabins or whatever he was going to do. I want to create a natural healing facility. I mean, I guess it'd be nice just to walk into a situation, but I can help create that and bring other healing type people together to offer services to people to help heal the all of mankind as much as we can. We need to share the information. Yeah, sure, it'll still be frozen when it gets to Florida, right? I'll put my heebie-jeebie magic on it. It'll stay frozen all the way from Washington to Florida. That's like the longest possible distance in this country, I think. Well, besides maybe Alaska and Hawaii, but just in the continental United States, I'm at the far end, the northwest corner of Washington, and my friend Ariel is in Miami, all the way diagonally the farthest point away from me. Well, we used to build straw bale houses. I told you guys that I used to own a construction company. My ex was a plasterer, and he was very professional and did all different types of different effects, lace and different things. It was called Bob. His name was Bobby, and I'm Catania is my my real name, and together we made Bobcat plastering, and so we actually a cop from Victoria, BC, got a hold of us to build them a straw bale house. So we actually did do that, and we had been already, researching it and doing prototypes and stuff for it. You can make a little truth window so you could look in and actually see the bale of hay in there. So the walls are as thick as the bale. The hay bale is, I don't know, what are they, like 18 inches or something? That's how thick the walls are. So they're insulated. In the summer, they stay cool, and in the winter, it stays warm. Are you guys seriously telling me to send him soup in the mail? He probably wouldn't even eat it. He'd probably say, "Oh, yuck, this is too healthy. Give me a beer." I'm really concerned about him. I've been sending him Reiki to Mersh. I don't know. Maybe he comes here and listens to me ramble on, but he never comes on and says anything. Royce did, though. Maybe he's too shy, or maybe he feels a little embarrassed because he's still in his addiction. But I really would help him if he wanted me to. I mean, I was a heroin addict for 5 years, but that was like a long time ago. like 30 years ago, 30 some years ago. So, and then I had a little thing I did with, I mean, I had my little problem with oxycodone, but then I overcame that too. So, I'm on the other side of that. I'm not addicted to it. Like I don't have, like, but I've done coke, I've done opium. That was probably my favorite. You have to use grapefruit juice to cut it to shoot it up. So you think he would eat my soup if I sent it to him? I don't know, probably more trouble than it's worth. I don't think you can send it in a glass jar because that could break. Hi, Aaron. Who's Bob the Builder, my ex? They use cow dung for what? The plaster? To plaster the walls? Because you have to plaster over the straw bales. And it looks just like a regular wall, but the wall is like that thick. It's really thick wall though, because like I said, it's the width of the straw bale is how thick the wall is. You don't cut them up or anything. Okay. What's a fire hazard? No. If it's underneath the plaster, how is it a fire hazard? That's like saying insulation is a fire hazard. It's underneath the wall. Mersch is the there's two guys on the ROTC, the Revenge of the Cis. It's a channel, a YouTube channel. I was just looking at his other day wave, night wave channels. So there's two guys. There's Royce Lopez and there's Mersch, which his name is Mike Scheidel. I don't know how to say his last name. Schmiel. So Mersch is someone that people are telling me that I should help him because he has a drug addiction and alcohol, and he's just not in a very good place. But they're saying like he wants to get clean, but I don't know. He has to. If he reached out to me, I would surely help him. You can see if you read on my about page under my channel, I say it right in there. I'm like had an addiction and I'm willing to help other people who are trying to stop. So is that post office box just for Mersch, or is that for Lopez too? Or is it both of them? Or I should call him Royce, I guess. Is it go to like if I wanted to send something to Royce, how would I send it to him specifically? Would I still use that same address? Because I don't think he's in Florida. Yeah, it's an 18-inch thing, so maybe it is a straw bale house. I don't know. It doesn't sound like a drag queen, I don't think. No, I don't really do the royal bee jelly. I just got some Manuka honey that's from New Zealand. There's a lot of counterfeits out there, so it costs like $33 for a little jar, like 8-ounce jar for $33. But I have to go easy on the honey, and it is raw honey. That's the only way that I would do it. Oh, that's the address for the show. So if I wanted to address either of them personally, would it go to that address? If I wanted to talk to Royce, I put that in today in they had their live thing on. I had to leave. I couldn't stay on there, so I don't know if he ever responded to me. But I told him I wanted him to contact me so we can talk privately. And I don't know, see where it goes. I don't know. People are telling me stuff that I don't know whether I should believe or not. So I'd rather talk directly to him and see what he has to say. If anything that I'm hearing is real or whatever. What was $5 a bottle? Okay, so is the Daywave and the ROTC the address for both of them? Is that what you're saying? And Daywave and Nightwave are the same? I mean, not this. They're two different channels, I guess, but they're still both Royce's channels. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have their. Hi, Cody. I don't know if I don't have their email address though. I guess is it in their description or something on their channel? Yeah, I got some local raw honey too. That was pretty good, but I don't. Wow, the Manuka honey was only $5. Shoo. As long as it's still good, that's a good deal. Because I'm telling you, it was $33 at Costco. But is it the kind from New Zealand? If it ain't from New Zealand, it ain't real Manuka honey. The stuff from Australia is not the real thing. It's like a imitation. They're trying to copy it, and it's not even the same plant, I don't think. I mean, it still might be honey, but it's not Manuka honey. So look on the jar, Andromeda. Look on the cart and see if it's from New Zealand. If it's not real Manuka honey, and I can't believe it would be $5. It's saying it's from New Zealand. Okay. Kiwi land. Yes, it is. Cody, do you have their email address? Either of them? The local honey I got from up the road away is like, how much was it? I think it was like $12 for a pint. I think that's what it was. So this $33 stuff I got from Costco wasn't even a pint. It's only a little tiny, like probably 8 ounce, half of a pint. Like a little tiny one for $33. So maybe that just because it was damaged or something, you got a good deal. It wasn't, if as long as it wasn't contaminated or, open too much, then probably sounds like be all right. No, I didn't find somewhere to live. I have to leave here in the next couple days because I can't afford to do this. It was only supposed to be for a short time anyways, because I knew I couldn't afford to keep staying here, but I needed to get out of my car. I needed to do all my self-care stuff deal with all these, all this cuts and do all this stuff I have to do, the treatments I have to do, to use the salt and the buffering powder stuff, and then all the oils and essential oils and just oiling in general, like even avocado or olive oil, just to it helps to loosen up all these bands and stuff. This nano stuff is crazy what it can do to you. I mean, it's nuts. And most people don't even know about it, let alone suffer from it. They don't even know it. And so then they think people like me are crazy because I'm talking about it and experiencing it. But you can see it. You can see what's happening to me. Look at all these. This is not acne, and I never in my whole life ever had acne. My daughter has it because she got, when she was first born, they gave her antibiotics without my permission, and it set her up for life for acne. I mean, it's better now. I mean, it's not really, she doesn't have it right now, but when she used to get really bad outbreaks. But it seems like it's dying down some. Okay, what are you talking about here? Rhododendron honey, huh? Where do you get that from, Teddy? Yeah, mine is 10 plus UMF. Mine is like, I think 10 might be the highest. The box is downstairs, or I would read it off the label on there. But I remember it saying 10 plus. What is the 182 for? What does that stand for? Melora. Oh, you got it from Etsy? The rhododendron honey? Yeah, just the whole the nanotech poisoning. This is the heavy metals from the friggin' chemtrails coming through my skin, cutting. All this stuff that accumulates in your body is unreal. It comes out as glass shards, like crystallization, and it's just cuts right through your skin. There's no pus in these at all. And they're all kind of stuff. I showed you my, you can get a cheap one. You can take a piece of clear tape, put it on anywhere on your body, just take skin like off you, just rip it off, fold it up and put it underneath you can get a toy microscope for cheap, like less than $40. And you just look at all this stuff that can come out of your body. But I'm doing stuff to detox it out more. And like I soak in I use distilled water and vinegar, and I don't have a pulsating machine to help knock it out, because you really need that, because it's an operating system in us. That's what the nano is building up in our bodies, like we're antennas, and the whole nano structures. I don't know how to describe it properly to make sense of it, to help explain it to people, because I don't really get to talk about it that much with people who even know about it. Like, that would help if I had somebody, like I have a couple people I do talk to a little bit, I've talked to Tony Pantelaresco a little bit. I talked to Giannis in Switzerland, a Roy Mack channel, and then there's Mila in Germany who knows about some, but I don't get that much opportunity to talk to people who are in the know about this, to become really fluent in the language, to pass it on to people who know nothing about it, which is most of the people. 90 some percent of the people do not know anything about this. So it makes us look crazy when we talk about it because they don't know. So we're, just like I used to be called a conspiracy theorist. Guess who was right all along about all this shit that's happening now? And I know even more stuff that hasn't even come out yet, that I can't even talk about until the time is right. Or till I find people who know what the hell I'm talking about, which I don't really find very much at all. Whoa. 1,700 plus? That's really outrageously high compared to like only 10 or something, which is the one I have. Yeah, I know cilantro is good, but I don't, and that's another thing I don't like that much is cilantro. Which is part of the reason I didn't like Mexican food, which I can't even eat Mexican food now because it's all beans, tomatoes, and rice. All the things I can't have. Maybe I'll get some cilantro essential oil. I did have coriander, which is from the same plant. Coriander and cilantro are from the same. What kind of fulvic acid do you use? Where do you get yours? I don't know. I'll look it up. I don't know who this G Spice. Oh, what is the price? If it's $33 for 8 ounces of 10 plus, what's 1,700 plus going to be? Like $13,000 or $100? Probably well over $100. $1,500. See, I was gonna say it's probably if it's for how much though? Is it like for? Did you say it was like a pint? Like 16 ounces, or like it's $100 an ounce? What's 220 grams in ounces? I should know this, but I don't. I should know the other. Like, I used to live in Canada for like 6 years, and they're, on another system, so I never really learned all that, though. I'm still on the empirical 7.7 what? What is that for? What's this? What kind of 7.7 grams, or what are we talking about here? You're thinking about going overseas, Fitted? Or are you asking me if I've thought about it? Oh, ounces. So it's $1,500 for just under 8 ounces. Because that thing I have is about that size. That's about what it is that I have for $33, but it's only 10 plus. So what are they actually measuring in that 1700 plus? What is that? What is that accounting for? What is that what is the actual thing it's measuring? I'm sure it's something that's in it, but I don't know what it is they're actually evaluating or labeling it for. Yeah, I can't afford to keep buying that even at only $33 for a 8-ounce thing or whatever it is. It could be that same amount, 220 grams. Because it's like I said, it was 6 to 8 grams, it's just a little container and it's in plastic too. I'm surprised they wouldn't put it in glass. The stuff I buy locally is in glass. But what is this? It's the strength of what? Of enzymes, of what is the actual nutrient that they're measuring? I think the landlady's talking about me outside. She lowered her voice, it sounded like. She's being okay right now. I just told her I can't give her any more money and I'm just gonna be clearing out my stuff and taking it back to storage. I just can't do it all. I just can't do it all in 1 or 2 days. It's just too much. And I keep hurting myself over and over again. I pulled something under, like in here, under my breast, and then I couldn't even turn my head to the left. And then I went out and drove, and then I turned as far as I could look, and I couldn't go any further to see. And my peripheral vision did not see a motorcyclist coming, and I cut out right in front of him. Oh my God. I could have hurt that guy. And then it started to affect, I couldn't turn the other way either. And it's just pulling, it hurt to breathe and everything. I don't know. I was just working too hard and lifting things, and I was lifting some heavy blankets over my head or something. I just must have just pulled a muscle. And then it just hurt to do anything, just to breathe even. I'm a mess, aren't I? Okay, well, I'm not gonna probably not gonna stay on too much longer because I still got a lot of stuff I have to do, and I'm still trying to contact my daughter, and I'm not being able to because I have to. The only way I can talk to her is through my iPad on iMessenger, through the Apple Messenger or whatever. So I can't like afford to call her. It's just way too expensive. So so we just sort of like, it's like a FaceTime type, sort of like Facebook Messenger, but it's a different messenger. I'm a tech tard. I don't know all these things. So okay, I think I'm gonna go off and try to, go deal with some other stuff because I wanted to just do my little bath thing I have to do because I can't even take a shower here. the water is so bad and the fixture is so old. This lady, I offered to pay for half of it, like we'll get a new one for the new handheld shower head. She said, no, it doesn't need it. That's new. I go, how new is it? 20 years old it is, and she's calling it new. It's got such buildup, and it just was ruining my hair. So then I had to leave and go. To the down to the by the beach where there's a washroom that has a shower in it. And then I get there and I bring all my stuff in to take a shower and everything. I'm paying for a room. I'm sleeping outside in a tent. I have to go somewhere else to take a shower. It's just crazy for me to keep paying this money. I can't even sleep in the bed. So then I go to take the shower. There's only hot water, scalding hot water, no cold water at all. So I couldn't even, I just kept jumping in and out of the water. It was scalding hot. So I couldn't even take a proper shower. So I was just messed up. Oh man, I'm having so many problems. Okay, so like I said, I'm gonna just go, and I don't know, maybe I'll come on tomorrow. I'll try to come on over the next couple days before I leave, and I don't have access to Wi-Fi, which will be kind of a drag. Because this is a huge laptop. It's like 18 inches wide, and it's super heavy. It's a Cosmos from Toshiba. It's pretty old, but it's still good. What we got here? Hi, Carl. They're giving away housing? Are you talking about in Italy? Thanks, Bonington. Okay, if anyone wants to help, I have Ariel set up a GoFundMe page that I got like $95 so far towards getting a motorhome. So if anybody wants to help with that, I appreciate it so much. Any little bit helps. Oh, Venice Beach. So you're in California, huh? Isn't it pretty awful there right now? I don't know. I don't want to go back to California. I left there to get the heck out of there. I don't think I want to go back. I lived in Orange County. I lived in Newport Beach, and I also lived in Costa Mesa, and before that I lived in Laguna Beach. I was an artist in Laguna Beach and a hairdresser, and but then I had my daughter when I lived in Newport Beach and Corona Del Mar, which is where Kobe's supposedly buried. Corona. Yeah, I love the beach. I love water. I'm a crab. I'm a Cancer. And I'm, attracted to water. I love rain. I even changed my name to Rain. My whole last name, I changed it. I changed my whole name. I didn't want to be associated with the man that was supposed to be my father, but he wasn't my father. And he was not a good person. So I just cut loose from that whole scene. No, it would not be. Why would that be better than being homeless? I don't want to be homeless without a home, but I do not want to live in a box. I'd rather be in a box on wheels, being the gypsy that I am. I don't think I can ever really live in a house again. Not like here. Like maybe if it was I don't know, I'd like to live on a farm in a barn or like a refinished barn or something on my own land, on my own property where I can grow my own food. So temporarily I would stay at places, but I cannot be living on the grid. I can't be where there's routers. I can't be with other people where there's nonstop Wi-Fi going on. I'm Wi-Fi sensitive. Do you realize that would be like sentencing me to death? You know, like my daughter always thought that, it's better this, it's better than that. It's better that you just have a place to die. I don't want to live just anywhere just because it's a place to live. I just can't. That's why I ended up in my car. I had a house, a home, a 3-bedroom home, and I still slept in my car and used the house as a storage container for my stuff. I mean, I did accumulate a lot of stuff over my years, and they're in storage right now. My daughter's paying for that every month, $110 or whatever it is a month, to store stuff that some of it I'll probably never use again. I'm even trying to give it away, the stuff that I have, because I don't think I'm ever, like there may be some things I can still use, like if I get a motorhome, a small motorhome. I have my table, my massage table, and all my like healing supplies and my essential oils and the stuff I use to help to work on people. And I mean, I'm still a hairdresser, barber, stylist, and I have my scissors and clippers and all that kind of stuff. And that's basically what I need to do to offer my services to hopefully make myself self-sufficient. And I will just travel across the country and go visit people and just go from place to place, and like the gypsy that I am. I even was called Gypsy. That used to be my nickname. Because I was a gypsy even though I lived in homes, and now I don't have a home to live in. So anyway, I was hoping that Ariel would come on. Maybe he was at work or something, but oh, Elon Musk. Don't get me started on her. You do know that is a woman, right? What you're looking at is a woman. Look real close. That is not a man. You don't want to get me started on this, because I would just 8 or 9 out of 10 people on the world stage, all these celebrities and entertainers and athletes and models and political rulers, are all switched up trannies. Almost all of them. Everyone you don't get in Hollywood unless you're gay or a tranny. Not anymore. At least 8 out of 10. So you got to, instead of, I used to look for which ones they are. Now I have to look the other way and see which ones are normal now, or the way they are truly presenting whatever they are. And they're usually switched up at birth. And this is like some kind of sick, I don't know, they're playing different roles, and, the same, and they look too much alike, like they're too interrelated. I know you can't get off the grid. I know. But you can get to, like where I'm planning on heading from here is out in the county where it's more like country, more, it is more off the grid. It doesn't, there's like fewer and fewer, like 5G towers or, that type of thing. There's going to be less routers there than there are in the city. Now, this isn't a city where I am. It's more of a town. It's more of a smaller, like beach town. But still, they're just right 1 block away from here, and I need to be at least a mile away from one, which I can do that. That's doable. I can get to an area, and then maybe I'll just go knock on people's door and ask them if I can pitch my tent on their property for, you know, $5-10 a night or something, whatever, and just do that. Maybe, they'll give them $300 a month or something to be able to use their bathroom, and maybe their kitchen or something would be nice. What are you saying, ContraPoints? I don't know what that is, what you're saying. Yeah, I don't know about, I don't know the whole outer space, NASA, satellites. We walked on the moon, all that stuff. It's just all a bunch of programming crap. Just more of their lies. I don't I don't know if I was in that part of Michigan or not. Maybe. If I was, I didn't know it. And that was back in like in the 70s or something when I went there. I'm not really, it's not, I think the 5G is, one of its biggest roles, I think, is more like tracking, but it could be an activating thing where it could activate stuff. I mean, I know they're like 500 feet apart or something. They're going to be on every block. But it's the 60 gigahertz that is more like, I think people are more focused on the 5G and not looking at these gigahertz frequencies that are affecting people like me anyway. And I've avoided so many things in life that I just intuitively knew to stay away from, but now I'm super at effect by everything because of it. And I don't know how to get out of it yet. I mean, I know there's some EMP pulsing things that you can do, but I'm not even set up to do it. My daughter built them for me, and then they didn't work because they're not right. I still need to deal with it. And I'm waiting for my friend in Switzerland to get back from Greece he said he's going to send me some, that he's going to remake them or something. Yeah, well, I'm not in a position where I can actually build myself a Faraday cage to live in right now. So I got to deal with what I have, and all I'm going to have after in a couple days is my car again. And I couldn't make any kind of modifications where I'm at because it's not my property. When you just rent, you're at the mercy of whoever you're renting from. I don't believe gravity exists. What's so funny, Aaron? What are you talking about? Who's a lanky dude with makeup on? Whatever. Are you telling me? I know what a Faraday cage is if you're but it's how do you build a portable one that and how do you make your car into one? I don't know. Are the tires grounding? Because before where I lived, I didn't even sleep on metal. I didn't have springs in my bed at all. I didn't have a box spring or a mattress. I had organic latex mattresses. I had like 3 layers high, and it had like a organic cotton cover on it. So I had no metal. I don't wear any metal. I don't wear any jewelry. You see, I have no jewelry. This is the only thing I have on jewelry wise. It's a little ring I made out of copper. Um, I just twisted up a piece of copper into a thing, and that thing on my leg, that little what do you call that little engraved little thing on my leg is copper. Probably not. I don't know. I don't. If the dinosaurs, if it's a dinosaur, I would say no. Hey, liquid evidence. Yeah, I was just getting ready to go off here pretty soon. Yeah, I would rock copper around my whole body. I had a little, those little copper scrubbers you can buy? Does anyone know? It says that they're all copper. How can you test copper to see if it has anything else in it? If it's like brass or how can you tell if it's pure copper? Because I put those things inside my hat, under my hat, those little copper little things. You could start reading that to your 5-year-old now. Do you know that my daughter was reading at 3 years old? So why wouldn't you want to teach them whatever? As long as you're teaching them good stuff and not programming them with evil or something. Yeah, just twist it up and make it however you want. I even get compliments on this. The landlady here was telling people, so she kept saying, look at her ring that she fashioned for herself. It's not anything special. It looks nice though, and it feels good. Every once in a while, if I get cold, it'll fall off because it's really a little too big. But I have really skinny little fingers. Oh, get out of here. What is Bertatia? Bertardia, you mean? Copper plated. I'm trying, yeah, that's what I want to know, the difference between copper and copper plating. Like, um, it's not magnetic. I don't know. Kids can take in a lot of stuff. They're way more intelligent than people give them credit for. Most kids are smarter than most adults. I'm saying most, too. Not some. I'm saying most. Sometimes a 7-year-old can just make like a 30-year-old look so stupid. Kids are really smart. And I don't like calling them kids. I should just call them children. I think that might have something to, if your skin turns green, that might be some kind of chemical reaction in your body telling you something. Research it and find out, and then tell me what you find out, if it has something to do with your own body chemistry reacting to the copper. I bet if you taught a 7-year-old calculus, they probably could do it. If they were taught it, I bet you they could learn it better than an adult. Yeah, my daughter, it takes 1,000 lap hours to teach a child to read. They do not have to be super smart. I mean, that helps if they're more intelligent, but they don't have to be. It's your devotion to them. You're focused on them. They call it lap hours, so that means you are literally reading to them, or showing them books and illustrations, and focusing totally on them and putting your whole heart and soul into it. And then before you know it, they're reading. My daughter was reading at 3 years old. She was talking at 10 months. On Mother's Day, she said her first words. And and then I was always teaching her and showing her things. And oh, you're back. I think we've only had one troll while you were gone, but I don't know if it was actually a troll or not. Well, I don't think they stayed. So the coconut oil, you think helps from that? Would it be any oil or just coconut oil? Or why do you say coconut oil? Uranium as a mineral supplement? I don't know anything about that. And I won't even guess because I don't know. Oh, come on, quit it. No, Teddy's the scroll. The scroll. The troll! I don't know. My guess, if I were to say, I'd probably say it's not real, but I don't really know. I know that the dinosaurs aren't real, and isn't that from the same era or time frame? Yeah, see, that's what I think, that green is a reaction to your body chemistry. Like everybody's is different. So maybe some people have more of a certain mineral or makeup in their system that reacts. Mine never gets. I wear this thing every single day and it's never ever turned green on me. And I have that other thing on my foot and I don't have anything there. And I've been wearing this for like about, I don't know, 2 or 3 months. and I still never got anything. So none of you guys think you don't believe? Do you believe me when I say that? See, now we got one, huh? Yeah, I do Reiki. He just Jesus wanted to come in and talk about niggers, make it a big deal. What time is it there, Brianna? I don't do tarot readings. I don't even know how. I'm afraid to say it, and if there's any black people here, I'm not putting them down. I'm not a racist. Does Carl need some Reiki? Oh, I will send him some Reiki. Reiki bean soup. I don't do tarot card readings. I think I saw Ariel doing something like that, but I think he was using a regular deck of playing cards to do it. So I'm not sure what he was doing. But me and Ariel are going to we're going to start recording our chats or have a live thing. Okay, he's back again. Wow, you're just getting up, Rihanna? I guess you can just flat out get rid of them, TB. It is 6:10 here in Washington, in Western Washington, which is I'm in Blaine, Washington, which is just at the Canadian border. Like it's just like 5 minutes away to the Canadian border, and you're in Canada. What the heckin' about, Tiffany? You talking about the troll? You can just let me see if I can they be like, how many times do you time them out before you ban them? I don't even know how that works. Where the heck is my thing? Oh, it fell. Okay. Okay, I want to try to see if what happens here. Oh wait, come on, Alpha here. Okay, hide user, put user in timeout, remove. So if they get hidden, what happens? We just don't see them at all? I don't know how to even ban somebody. I've never done it. Okay, so you're 2 hours difference in Minnesota, Ray. Yeah, I remember looking that up. Was there two different time zones in Minnesota? Like one part is on one and the other one is like one is central and one is eastern? I don't think we're going to see any rapture. I don't believe in it. But you're bringing up all the kind of stuff that are used to divide people. You're just doing all that. So that makes you sort of like a troll there in a way, right? Or are you seriously asking? Because everything you've asked so far seems to be like you're just trolling. Yeah, I don't know what happened to the blue thing. It went away. Why isn't it there now? Why wasn't it always here? It was right there. And now I just have my salt lamp on. I'll shut it off and see if it comes back up. Yeah, I don't think aliens are coming. It's just there ain't no aliens. They're all friggin' demons. Okay, now is it blue? Doesn't look it, right? No blue now. Where's my blue orb? Where did it go? It's not there. The blue orb is gone. Yeah, I get you. Well, I ain't buying into it, so I see what you're doing and I don't want to do it. Is that what apocalypse means? Could be. We stone them to death here. Who do you stone to death? She's from India. I didn't know that. There's a lot of words that we don't know about that mean certain things, and we're kind of thinking they mean something else, only to find out that the root of the word is like all along we should have known that, but we didn't. And I'm a word person. I'm a wordsmith, so I know a lot about words and language and stuff like that. Not every language, but I mean, I know a lot about the English language. I can proofread books that should have been proofread before they were published, and I find all kind of mistakes in them. Carl is from Poland. How do you say that? Birkenau? Birkenau? The nano situation is there's a couple people talking about it. One of the people, unfortunately, has been actually one of the very people who discovered it, like back in 2011. Has it seems that he's been taken over somehow, like by the AI or the powers that be or whatever, and it's like not allowing him to communicate with other people who are sort of knowing about this stuff, and it's causing like him to act out in ways that is pushing people away from him, And I don't think he realizes he's doing it. He doesn't know he's doing it. And I mean, I have evidence and I have emails. I mean, I've talked to him where, well, I don't have any proof of when I talked to him, but I have proof in the emails, and it just looks like he is just taken over. Because I don't believe anybody would just talk like that to somebody that they don't even know that well. He was like accusing me of being CIA and all these weird things, like, and it was just causing, it was just weird. And I tried to like send him love and tried to encourage him to like take a break, go paint a picture or go sing or do something creative, and it only triggered him more. And I wasn't trying to do that. I was trying to comfort him. You asking me if I speak in tongues? I don't think. I don't know. I don't think I do. So is everybody here from, what are jungle Asians? What does that mean, Brianna? What are jungle Asians? I don't know. I never heard that term. Who's like a weenie? You're saying I'm like him, or who are you saying that? Are you talking about Weenie Benjamin? I started calling him that because he's always talking about the ween. So I started calling him Ween, Weenie. He started getting all perverted. He just went off the deep end, man. I can't believe that some of the stuff he's saying. He's outing himself. Ouch. My cut is starting to hurt. I don't watch his live streams at all. I can't even really listen to him. The only thing I listen to maybe is like when Johnny Arcade or maybe Owen or Alan Powell or something puts up a video, like, I guess, outing him just to see what he's saying. Some of the things I can't believe he's saying. I just, and he's talking about everybody else being under a spell. Seems like he's the one under a spell. You like Amy? I don't know. Amy seems to, I don't know if the people are saying that she seems, well, like she's complicit in all of it, and she's like the money hungry one. But I don't really know. I don't really hear her talk and stuff enough to really like put it together what she's about yet. Just from people saying, like, I don't have Instagram, and I don't have Twitter. I don't have any of those things. The only thing I do is just YouTube this, and I don't even have Facebook. I have Facebook Messenger to talk to like my friends in Africa and just different people I talk to through the Facebook Messenger, but I don't really go on Facebook and have anything to do with anybody on there. That mentality is just so low and such a low vibration there. It's just hard for me to be around that kind of energy. Just bad vibes and stuff. It's always a lot of people sexually come on to me and stuff like that, and I don't need that nonsense. How do you know she produces a lot of milk? I don't know. I saw her bottle feeding her baby. Why would she be doing that if she's breastfeeding? And she does it like when Owen's trying to get out of something, or he's trying to sort of say, whenever he needs to pull on heartstrings or get people emotionally hooked in, or maybe he's grifting or whatever he's doing, there's Amy in the background with the baby, like looking all sweet and everything. That's deceit there. I mean, that's obvious to me. That's what's being done. I started picking up on that, and then other people started saying it too, so it wasn't just me. Yeah, what an yeah, that just who knows. I don't think that's what he's saying. I don't know. I'm not even in. I don't vote. It don't. What good does it do? Don't tell me you believe in voting, Carl. You think men should vote then? Not women, just men? You think that, do you really believe that this clone, whatever it is, Bojiden, is got elected by the people? As many people that love Trump? I mean, I don't like Trump. I don't get into any of the politics at all. I don't like none of them. They're all part of the system. They're all paid, or they're part of the whole thing. You can't tell me that more people liked Biden out of nowhere than Trump. I know a lot of people that love Trump. I don't know not one person that loves Biden. You know that's a setup. They put that clone, whatever it is, creature out there. Can't even talk. Yeah, come on, man. Yeah, voting is about as real as gravity. So you don't think women are equal to men? Is that what you're saying? Trump's a woman. Trump is a big fat woman. Look at that big fat ass. Hips don't lie. Look at those little tiny hands. My hands are bigger than his. I know he is not a man. You got to start comparing. I'm a good transvestigator, I'll tell you, because I got a lot of experience in these fields that I have abilities in, and I can, and not just one or two, multiple fields that I have experience in with people. I'm a body worker, a massage therapist. I know bodies. I'm in a hairdresser and a barber. I do men and women. I know ears, I know hairlines, I know jaws, I know skin, I know so much about that. And you have to take all this into consideration when you're cutting someone's hair if you're a good stylist. I'm an artist. I draw bodies. I've drawn many nude bodies. I'm even had training classes in anatomy for artists where you draw the underlying structures, the the muscles, the high points, the low points, and everything. I know bodies. I know faces. I know skin. I know hair. I know hairlines. You just, and one thing you can't change about a person unless they wear contacts is their eyes and just their general appearance, overall, like femininity. Does Trump really seem like a man? Just because he jumps into a ring, he looks more like a lesbian. And then compare all these people. Take these people. I've told people to do this. Has anybody done it? Compare Trump, Fauci, Bill Gates. These are all women, all of them. And then look at all their partners and tell me they're not all men. The wives are the men. You put them right together. Who has the bigger head? Who has the harder stare? Women have softer gaze than men. If you put them in a line, and you can't deny when you see who has the bigger head and who has the smaller head. Look at Fauci's little tiny head with his little ears, his little rat face. Then look at Christine, his wife, with the big head and the linebacker shoulders and that tough, hard shell of, there's no femininity there. The men are all feminine. Look at Justine Trudeau. Then look at that guy, her wife, and tell me that's a woman. I don't know what that question means. Tell more people. They're 80% plus of the world stage is flipped. That means at least 8 out of 10 celebrities, whether they're rulers of nations, in politics, whether they're in Hollywood, whether they're in sports, whether they're in music, even a lot of these musicians you're going to find out are switched. A lot of them, a lot of the actors, it's just crazy. I could make up a long list. I mean, you probably even know some of the ones that are well known already. Like Michael Obama and Jessica Alba and Cher, all the people that have admitted it. It's right in plain sight. They're telling you, and people still can't see it. I don't know who the Portuguese president is, but I'll go look it up. Do any of you guys know who Michelle XX is? She does transvestigation. What did she just put out something today? She hasn't been, but she's a massage therapist too, and she works on these people. She has pictures of her with Joan Jett. who's a dude. You know what's harder to see is the female to male. Like Brad Pitt is a female, and Angela is the male. And then she goes and gets her boobs cut off to make it look more real. Like, what woman would ever do that? I'm going to cut my tits off because they just might get cancer. Who would do that? It's bad enough if you cut them off if you did have cancer or even considered it. But why would you do it if you didn't have to? You know that's a psyop. You have to know that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now it's to the point where but it's not easier because you got to try to find the ones who are not trans now. There's only going to be like 2 out of 10, if that, maybe only 1. So that's what I was saying before I got to the point where I'm going to just assume that they're trans until I look and see, well, maybe not. You know, think about, I go through this whole thing like from head to toe. Some of the things that give them away is their long arms. If they're a dude, they're going to have long arms, and they're shorter if they're a woman. So look at their arms. Their feet, some give it away. And then when they wear high heels, it takes their foot like this. So you can't tell how big their feet are. And it makes their legs look longer because guys have shorter legs. They have longer torsos and shorter legs. And so the length helps to just give them a more slender leg looking. All fashion is designed for trannies. All fashion. To hide the fact that they're hiding from you. They're deceiving you. Yeah, I don't know. That's what I'm wondering. If Bruce Jenner might have been a woman that changed to a man, then pretended to be a man and changed back to a woman, but people wouldn't know that. So you might be right on that. Why do you have to be careful when she don't have 3 X's in her name. She only has 2, and that's because she's a woman. XX chromosome. So why do you got to be careful? Yeah, whenever they're on a cover of a magazine, you can bet that they are a tranny. If they make the cover of whatever. Okay, here's another thing. I've probably said this before. All the models are male, posing as female. What do you think Victoria's Secret is? Yep, there's the hips and the Q angle. That is something they can't really change. Now, like if they're going to be like Kardashians where they put all this extra padding on them, which makes them look like a hippopotamus or something, like what weird shape is that? You know, they're a messed up family, that whole Kardashian crew, including Bruce Jenner. Yeah, the Q angle, you can well, you can see it. Even when I was as skinny as I was, you can see where I indent here. So what they have to do as models, they have to kick out their hip. But then if you look on the other side is straight. So they're like hiding one side so that it makes it look, so you could see that like a hip coming out to make it look like they're a female. Even as thin as I was when I was 103, I still had some of my curves in there. And I mean, there are, everybody, like, I have this thing where my finger, like, people go by this, and this is a male trait that I have this longer finger. But I mean, overall, that's why I don't take into consideration just one or two things. I go through their whole body, like, and try to look at all, like the Q angles and the this and the that, and the length of their arms and the, the size of one of the biggest things I go by is their dental palate. That's why they call them horse-faced trannies, because men have a bigger palate than women. So that's why Trump has a little tiny mouth, because it's a woman. Yeah, and it's right in our faces. Ever. Oh, we got a mama cat in here, huh? The Olsen twins are dudes. They gotta be. Can't you see that? They aren't even hiding in plain sight. It is in plain sight, exactly. I have a pretty big mouth. Yeah, I do. But not like, that's what I'm saying. I have some characteristics that are male, and that's why I always used to think I would, because I was such a tomboy, I thought that I was not feminine. But then I like this. I don't know if anybody knows of she's a pretty famous artist. Her name's Tracy Taylor. She's a watercolor artist out of California. She's very well known throughout the world, even because I was in Paris sitting at in a little cafe at a little table, and I looked up and there's her painting on the wall in Paris. I mean, she was getting like 10 grand for a painting, and I get like 500. And so, what was I starting to say? Shoot, I forgot what I was going to say. I was talking about Tracy Taylor. Shoot, I forget. But oh, I know. I was saying that I felt like I didn't feel like I was that feminine. And she goes, "What? Are you kidding me?" She goes, "You are the epitome of femininity," and that like floored me because I never thought of myself as being that feminine. And I mean, now I'm like just a loudmouth. I mean, I always probably was, but even more so now, especially when I get all fired up. So that's what I was saying. There's certain, attributes that like, some guys might have something feminine about them. But overall, if you take in at least a half a dozen markers and then go from there, that's why you can't just rely on one or two. And when people do these transvestigations, they usually get into it really deep and show all the comparisons, the Q angles, the ratios, where the belly button hits on their body, just all different kind of markers that, and especially if you see them with shoulders that are like super wide, and you could, like, I just saw somebody and it's like they could fit 4 heads on their shoulders. Like a woman's usually like 2.5 and a man's 3. Which I'm surprised that for as big as he is, Owen has really small shoulders, and they kind of go like, they go like he doesn't have, like, seems like mine are almost broader than his. But I don't think he's 6'8". I think he's more like 6'5". He's still tall, but he's not as tall as he says he is. Remember, I saw him in person, in real life. I was talking about Tracy Taylor, the watercolor artist. You'd probably recognize. Do I have anything of hers? I bet you'd recognize her style. You might not know it's her, but if you saw it, she does sort of a lot of beach things, fish and birds and stuff like that, but she does it in a kind of a cool way. It's very simple too. She calls it like kindergarten art herself. I've stayed with her in San Luis Obispo at her place a few times. She used to pay me to come do her hair. She would give me hundreds of dollars just to come and do her hair for her. And maybe the kids' hair, or her husband. She ain't with him anymore. Yeah, I think Oprah's a man. I don't think that's a woman. A bowl haircut doesn't mean anything. Anybody could get that. That's not something you're permanently stuck with. I could make my hair do anything. What does a bowl cut have anything to do with it? Now, broad shoulders, you can't really change. You can't change your hips either. Like, people, like guys, to change into a woman can get their brow ridge shaved, which would be really pretty serious surgery, I guess. Who are you talking about? Amy? Oprah? Her OnlyFans? Oh, I don't know who that Tracy is. I don't know. I got to get back into painting though, and I was going to do a painting for my daughter for her birthday, but with all this stuff I got going on, and now I have to leave here and go back in my car, it's not going to be easy to be doing a painting in my car or whatever. But eventually I'll get it done. But that was my goal. My daughter just turned 30. Well, it's been a couple weeks now, but okay, guys, I think I better get off. I said that I was going to do that before, but I never. I have to. I don't know what this. It's already been 2.5 hours. Man, I didn't realize it was that long. Okay, so I guess I'm going to go, and maybe I'll come on tomorrow around the same time. Maybe, oh, I don't know, maybe I'll come on a little earlier. It depends on what I'm doing and how far I am, and if the lady ain't on my case about getting out. She knows I'm at least trying. I'm getting things organized and taking stuff out and cleaning and doing all that stuff. But then I go sleep in the tent at night. So I'm not really even using the room. Like, I'm using it right now, but mostly I'm up here cleaning it and clearing it out more than living in it. So, but maybe what I'll do is after I go, I'll put on if anybody wants to donate to the GoFundMe, I'll put it up in the description or something. If anybody feels moved to do that, because I got to do something soon here, and I don't know what to do. And everything I'm seeing on like Craigslist as far as finding a small motorhome, it's going to be like an old one from like the 90s or something, maybe even the 80s. And I don't want it to be that old that it's going to be causing problems that I have to keep fixing. And there's a certain amount of upkeep and stuff. And I'm not going to get a big one. I'm just going to try to get, if anybody knows of any that, well, I don't know if anybody knows this area or is around here, but I'm looking for something that's under like 25 feet, like a motorhome that is, all one thing, not a trailer, because I'll have to sell my Cadillac, because I can't have two vehicles. So, and I've never even driven a motorhome, but I'll learn. And but people told me, if you can drive that Cadillac, you should be able to drive, like a 23 or 25 foot motorhome. So I'm trying to go for a smaller one so I don't have as many problems parking it and driving it and, whatever you have to do to maneuver. Has anyone ever driven? I guess you have, but I guess it's like driving a big truck, but I've never even drove a big truck. Even though my younger sister did, she was into heavy machinery and she actually worked on cranes and stuff because that's what her dad did. Her father was my stepfather, and he was a heavy machine operator, ran cranes in Pittsburgh and dredged the rivers, pulled out cars and whatever. So, but that wasn't me. All right, so thanks for all showing up, and maybe I'll see you tomorrow, whoever. And thanks for all your support and all your thumbs up and all your love and support. Blessings to you all. Have a good rest of your night, everyone around the world.